Hey there, Internet. I'm Annie.
I'm Kit.
And I'm Mac.
And this is the JEM Jam, where we do an episode-by-episode recap of the 1980s cartoon JEM and the Holograms. This is actually going to be a bit of a special episode because, as you may or may not know, JEM #1 from IDW Comics just came out, and we are going to review that one today instead of a cartoon episode. This one covers a bit of the stuff from episode 1, the beginning. If you want to see what we're going to be referring to, I would definitely give that a listen. If you already have, congratulations. You're on top of your game.
They're taking a bit of a different, slightly less insane approach to the comic now.
And giving them some actual reason for why Jericho wants to pretend to be Jim, which is nice.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, the stage fright makes so much more sense than I want to be my own manager for unfathomable reasons.
Yeah, I want to be my own manager, plus I need to be someone different for that for some reason, even though that's not true. You could be your own manager and a lead singer without having to switch personalities.
It's cool. Also, Rio is not in here yet.
Yay!
From what it looked like in some of the promotional material they released, they did like this in-character interview with JEM by Rio Pacheco. So apparently he's like Lois Lane now.
Yeah, he's a rock journalist instead of their roadie.
Right. / manager / electrician / whatever Rio.
Considering that the character designs are a lot more out there than the cartoon, it's possible they've decided to offset that by making the storyline itself like marginally more realistic.
Yeah. That's true.
And the character designs in general I want to talk about because I love them.
Yeah, Sophie Campbell did an incredible job with these. And it's really cool to see the difference between the original sort of bust mock-ups that she did a couple of years ago under the name Ross Campbell at the time, if you want to Google those, and compare those to sort of these fully formed character models now.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
She's brought them a little closer to the cartoon versions. I'm guessing for IP reasons. But they still look really, really good, and in a lot of ways so much better than the cartoon designs.
Oh my god, yeah.
Just the different body shapes and the fact that they all have different silhouettes so you can tell from afar who you're looking at. It's nice.
I really love the fact that Kimber is so much taller than Jerica, despite her younger sister.
She is 10 feet tall, David Bowie. Oh my god, it's incredible.
Yeah. And one thing I really loved to notice was while I was looking at the various profile shots is that Kimber and Jerica actually have very similar profiles.
Oh, do they? Like in facial features? I hadn't noticed.
Yeah.
They do actually look like sisters.
That's awesome. Synergy was the character design I was most looking forward to seeing in this issue, and she did not disappoint. First off, she did the same thing as in episode 1. They kept Jerica Benton, I have come for you. I am the glam rock specter of death, and I could not be more thrilled. I think I made a physical noise when I read it.
When I flipped to the page with Synergy on it, I was in the car because I'd just bought every alternate cover that I could find.
Oh god.
And I just flipped it open, and a guy was sitting next to me, and he looks over and he goes, "What in the world is that?" And I felt that covered Synergy's redesign pretty well.
She has no feet because she's a hologram. Her hair is everywhere, again, because hologram. She still has that weird little symbol thing, which I'm guessing was probably something Hasbro wanted to keep, I would guess, because it doesn't really seem to flow with the rest of her outfit. But the important thing is she doesn't look like she just came from Jazzercise.
It's true. Let's
talk a little about the holograms themselves. We covered that Jerica actually seems to suffer from a lot of stage fright, and it seems like JEM now is going to be a bit more of an alter ego, a wish fulfillment thing, especially because she's 5'11" as opposed to 5'4" when she's Jerica. But let's talk about the other holograms. I thought that they did some very subtle stuff in terms of characterization.
Oh yeah.
What did you guys think?
I like that Kimber as the youngest is the most enthusiastic. Yeah, I want to be in a rock band.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Another thing I really like about Kimber is that she does really want to do this, and she's willing to actually talk to her sister about it rather than kind of edge around the point and is like, no, if you can't do this, I'm going to have to leave and find somebody else who can. That creates an interesting dynamic between the two rather than Kimber being, oh, Jerica, oh.
Outrageous!
Yeah, they all actually have characters here, which I'm very pleased about. And I think if you want a quintessential picture of what each character is like, look at that final splash page of when, JEM appears, and you've got the three sisters in the background, and each of their faces will tell you everything you need to know about that character. Because Kimber is like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever, and like this slightly crazed look in her eyes. And then Shayna, I believe, is like distinctly uneasy about this development, and Aja looks like she's afraid she's just had a stroke.
I was a really big fan of Aja in this.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting that she tried to be a bit more of the mediator character in this, considering that sort of tended to be what Shayna's role was, and it seems like they've kind of differentiated them. I like that Shayna actually seems to be like, okay, maybe crazy wish fulfillment isn't the answer to your problems. Shayna, too, was also, like, she was very much a mediator. She was like, hold up, guys. This is crazy. Let's not argue over glam rock.
Plus, I love how tiny she is. She could fit in my pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, right? And she's got that huge hair, and it looks great.
And I love Aja's, like, muscles. And I loved Aja when she was fixing where she's like, just because I can hear it and you can't and you couldn't fix it even if you did hear it, doesn't mean I shouldn't fix it.
Yeah, it's a really good, like, abrasive moment that does a lot of quick characterization. I liked a lot of the shortcuts they ended up taking in this, kind of, we're not going to deal with a house full of orphans at this point. There's no mansion to burn down. There's no drive-in that they have to go to. The dad actually has an office in the house, which is like, didn't he live there? Why wouldn't he?
It's not trying to sell you toys, and therefore they have a lot more ways to streamline the story.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And also the fact that it's a comic, and you have to do a lot of things in short form. You have to imply a lot more things, rather than just outright tell the reader.
I know they're going to date it later, but I do like the calls to current popular culture with, is your dad Iron Man or something?
Iron Man's been around for 60 years.
Well, yeah, he's been around for 60 years, but he's been more prominent in, like, the past 20.
What'd you guys think of the sort of visual effects that they did with the music?
I like it. I think it was a lot more, it fit with the style of the book a lot better than just putting sheet music up, which is what most comics seem to be doing whenever they want to portray music. Although I did like that, for example, in Scott Pilgrim, there was basically sheet music up on the screen, so you could theoretically play the songs if you wanted to. But
in Volume 1.
But they were bad songs, so why would you want to?
I wanted to point out this thing that I noticed just now while going over the splash page. Like, I believe this was page 2 and 3. But there's this cool thing where you've got, like, all this sort of music, pink and purple and blue stuff going on while they're playing. And then it gets down to Jerrica's panels at the bottom, and it actually, like, fractures a little when she chokes. And then they turn into sort of these, instead of these big flowy lines, they sort of get these sort of jagged things on them as the band sort of stops playing. And I thought that was really, really good.
Yeah, Sophie Campbell clearly knows what she's doing with these layouts. They are fantastic.
Yeah, I wanted to just call out, like, Kelly Thompson, the writer, Sophie Campbell, they both did a fantastic job. The colors by M. Victoria, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Roboto, were fantastic. The letters are all really great. John Barber is also credited as the editor, and he must have done a fantastic job, too, because this is a tight piece of storytelling.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really, really good.
John Barber, I think, is the writer on one of the Transformers comics as well.
Oh, really? Like, one of the ones that are running now? Because I hear those are, like, great.
They are so good. I mostly just read More Than Meets the Eye because it is gay robots in space, and I can't not love it. But yeah, they're all really, really good.
Oh, speaking of which, let's mention the fact that Kimber is canon gay in this.
Yeah,
is she?
And it's
in her character profile. It says loves girls.
Yeah. And they've actually said in interviews that she and Stormer will actually be hooking up at some point. They'll be girlfriends.
Wasn't that like somebody's ship?
There is an episode we'll get to.
Yeah. Where
you will see where this comes from.
And it's wonderful, and I am delighted that it's happening.
I'm actually kind of surprised that Kimber is a lesbian, because so many of her plots in the show are like, Kimber has some dumb boyfriend this week. So I'm kind of surprised they didn't write Kimber as identifying as bi or pan. Simply because the boyfriends thing is such a thing about Kimber, and I could see this arc of her, like, having a string of meaningless, like, puppy-lovey flings with boys, and then, like, this interesting point where she finds that her first really serious relationship, Stormer is the first person that Kimber has dated who would, like, really get her.
On the other hand, it would also be really great if she had a series of puppy love relationships with a bunch of girls.
Oh my gosh, you're totally right.
It would be so good.
Just as long as Kimber has some, like, goofy puppy love stuff going on with anyone, I would be so for that. Yeah, like, I am really excited with this. I was really sad that it ended where it did. Apparently the Misfits will be showing up in episode 2. Yes. I mean, in issue 2, my bad. And I am going to be so thrilled to see everybody. Sophie Campbell tweeted at some point that she and Kelly Thompson are debuting a new character in issue 3, I think, or maybe 5. Oh, one more thing I wanted to bring up. I was at Emerald City Comic Con this weekend, and IDW did have a booth there, and one of their big banners was JEM and the Holograms, and also the program had an entire page advert for it. So Hasbro and IDW were totally pouring in a ton of support to this book.
Audrey actually went to Emerald City, and I had her buy me the Emerald City Comic Con copy of...
That's right, there was a variant. So you don't have, like, 6?
Yeah, I now have 6 of them.
You can buy this on Comixology. You can subscribe to the series so you'll get a new one every time it comes out. That's how Comixology works. You can buy these individual issues in comic book shops. And also they are advertising a special, I believe it is $24, $24.99, a box set of all 5 variants of the first issue with covers done by, I believe, Amy Meberson, who did, like, all these great alt covers with the girls in their, like, original 80s costumes. It comes in a gigantic pink glitter box. But it is, this is super worth buying. I think we're all, like, super excited about this.
Although, if you get it on Comixology, I think all of the variant covers are included in that.
So, like, straight up, the JEM Jam recommends throwing your money at this. Because I think we all super want to see more.
1/3 of the JEM Jam has thrown a, frankly, absurd amount of money on it.
Yes, she has.
Really, Mac, how many variant covers do you need?
They're only like $3 a piece, so it's only like $18.
It adds up.
But I needed all of them because they're all great. And I scared the guy at the comic shop who obviously was like, these are all the same on the inside. And I said, yes, I know. Just let me pay.
I know what I'm about, son.
Exactly.
This is going to be great. Just let me pay my money and I can have all these covers and only leave you with 1 copy, sir.
I'm just going to rub them all over my face. It's going to be good. I think that about wraps it up for our review of Showtime Part 1 by Kelly Thompson and Sophie Campbell, published by IDW. Join us next time when we'll be diving back into the cartoon, episode 2, which is going to be great, not going to lie. Until then, it's been great to talk to you guys. I'm Annie.
I'm Kit.
And I'm Mac.
And continue being outrageous.